I will become that woman that builds the home as I follow you, as you follow Christ. That is the only thing that we will do in our household. And I promise and I vow that in heaven they hear. On earth I declare and decree, I shall be a submissive wife unto you as we continue to do this work of God. Because to us, this is beyond just love. This is about God. This is about kingdom. This is about our duty, reflecting to the world what true marriage, what God really intends for marriage to be. I honor you, Miles. And I love you with my all, with all my heart.
Ashal, and today I'm going to be discussing with you all submission. Now, you all saw, I will hope you all saw my last video. If you did not see my last video, I suggest you go watch my last video, then watch this video, because this video right here is a follow-up to my last video. Because I realized it was something that I didn't mention that I'm going to mention in this video in regards to the dynamic between men and women. Submission. Now, in the Western society, hearing the term submission and I'm not saying this is not all, and this is not a woman bashing video. This is not that. So if you think this is that, go elsewhere. If you're trying to come in the comments and express that, go elsewhere. It's a grown man conversation. It's a real conversation, serious conversation. So just to get that up out the way. Submission. A lot of women in the Western society have a problem with submission. That's just facts. That's reality. I mean, you can see it in real life. You can see it on social media. Many have a problem with submission. Many also see submission as a form of slavery. When a guy says he wants a submissive woman, they see it as a form of slavery. Now, here's the thing. In a real relationship, in terms of how things should be, how that dynamic should be, the woman has to submit to the man. Because how can you lead someone as a man if they have not submitted to your leadership, to your judgment, to your vision? How? You can't. Submission is not slavery. It's not. Most women, I would think, would want a guy that takes charge, steps in front. Things getting hectic, he step in front, take care of everything, maneuver out of certain situations. They will want that. But if you truly want that, you have to be submissive. You have to be submissive. You do. Here's the issue. Because again, in my last video, I spoke on PassportBros. Now, and this is reality. If you speak about submission over here, most individuals will give you a disdain look, angry look. That's reality. I hate this, and I hate to say this. I do, because it makes it seem like I'm just bashing everybody over here. But I'm not. That's reality. I have a problem with being submissive. I saw, it was a video, and I'm pretty sure some of you have probably seen this video. This woman, it was her wedding. And she was on her knees looking up to her guy, expressing how much she loves, values, and how honored she is to be his wife. And you know what those, do you know what the comments was filled with? A bunch of hurt individuals. Some saying, oh, I'd rather drink acid than do that. He must be cheating on her, this and that. Oh, girl, get up. All this, saying all these things. See, that's just a bunch of hurt individuals. Because what's wrong with that? What's wrong with a woman getting on her knees and expressing to her guy verbally how much she values and is happy, and how she's, and explaining how she's going to be an honorable, submissive, nurturing, feminine, and friendly wife to him? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Now I'm going to make a point that's a little bold. I'm going to make this point. You see, I saw a lot of individuals had a problem with what she was doing. But those same individuals will get on their knees and express gratitude to a guy in a sexual way. But the same guy that they say, that the same guy they will express that in a sexual way. And that's not a problem. But expressing verbally, sincerely, that's a problem. You see, that's the reality of how things are over here. And again, my last video explained why PassportBros exist. It explained that. This is one of the reasons why. And I'm going to re-utter this again in this video for the people in the back, or for the people that maybe haven't already drawn a conclusion in their minds about what they think this video is, and what it's really not. I'm not saying all PassportBros are saints and good dudes. I'm not saying that. You like I said in my last video, you're going to have idiots within every movement. Or I'll say this, you're going to have idiots attached to almost every movement that just want to be a part of the hype, but they're not really for what the movement says. What does that mean? That means you're going to see people on the internet saying they're PassportBros, expressing all those things, and they're not really that. And what that does is that taints a movement. It taints any movement, because that it's always bound to happen. Okay? Now I'm gonna make another thing clear. I'm not no red pill channel. I'm not. I don't subscribe to that. I nowhere near that. For those that may be watching these videos and you may not be familiar with the type of content that I post, just scroll my channel. What I'm for is all about having a balanced relationship. People having balanced relationships. People saying that they need each other. People being comfortable needing each other. Unity between everyone. That's what I'm about. That's what I subscribe to. So I'm not like these other channels that get on here bashing women. I don't do that shit. I'm being blunt. I don't do that. All right? I'm going to tell you what's real. Okay? You can resonate with it. You cannot resonate with it. That's your choice. But I'm going to put that video that I saw of that woman doing that in the, I'm going to put that, y'all should have already seen that by now, because I'm going to put it in the beginning. But again, the problem with submission. One of the many things that has also been targeted to keep people from realizing what a true bond is. Problem with submission. That's another reason why guys are looking elsewhere. Does every dude deserve submission? No. The reason why every dude doesn't deserve submission is because, again, you have a lot of guys out here that play a lot of games, immature, do a lot of BS, a lot of women, do them dirty. Good women, genuine women, loving, nurturing, feminine, they do them dirty. Do those guys deserve submission? Do they deserve for a woman to submit to them? No, they don't. But ladies, for the good women out there. That's why it's important. Make sure you get to know these individuals before you give yourself to them. Make sure you do that, because there's a lot of value in that part of yourself. There is. I know people try to get on the internet now and say, "Oh, body counts don't matter," all that nonsense. From a spiritual perspective, that's not true, and from a common sense perspective, that's not true. Okay? There's a lot of value in that. I'm not saying that's where all your value is. Don't mistake that. But there's a lot of value in that. There is. I'm not saying when you meet somebody or you meet a guy that you just give into every single thing he says from the get-go. No. But be willing to listen. Be willing to let him lead. You got to be willing to let him lead so you can realize if he is the one that you should truly follow or not. How can you know if he's the one you should truly follow if you never let him try to lead you in the first place? Don't become closed off. Don't become closed off. A lot of individuals over here are closed off. They're closed off. Don't allow this world, this Western world, to close you off. Don't allow your past experiences. You probably made a few mistakes. We all make mistakes, regardless whether you're a man or you're a woman. We all make mistakes. Don't allow those mistakes to close you off. I'm not saying you ain't gonna need time to heal, nothing like that. No, I'm not saying that. Don't allow that to close you off and allow you to become a bitter version of yourself. Don't allow that. Okay? Because if you allow that, it's going to greatly negatively impact you in the long run. So not only are you negatively impacted based off of what you've been through, but you're now negatively impacted on what you currently are, because you allow what you've been through to change you to this version of yourself that you truly aren't to your core. And that's exactly what I see in the comments of that video that I just showed you all. A bunch of individuals talking. And that's not what they truly are at their core. It's various reasons and various things that got them to that point. Okay? There's nothing wrong with being submissive. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not slavery. It's not. To compare that to slavery is asinine in itself. You want to slave that? That's asinine to say that. That's asinine to say that. But people say that. But it's not slavery. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay? So I mentioned Passport Bros briefly in this video, but again, that's one of the reasons that they exist. I'm not pro Passport Bro. I'm not against Passport Bro. I'm simply telling you why it exists and the things that are contributing to it. So whether you agree with it or whether you disagree with it, the reasons why it exists can still get addressed. You understand what I'm saying to you? I'm going to say it again. Whether you agree with it or disagree with it, the reasons why it exists in the first place can still be addressed here. Because if there was no issues, something like that would not exist. That doesn't exist in every country. That doesn't exist in every other country. People find what they want there and they're good. Over here, it's a lot of nonsense, a lot of BS, a lot of agendas. It's a lot. So people are leaving. That can be addressed. Okay. Anyways, thank you all for watching this video. Spiritual Ashal signing out. Please like, share, and subscribe. Simple.